Who would I be if my achievements disappeared tomorrow?
Ow.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Okay.
So, of the 10 questions I can ask myself about myself that I don't already have answers to, number 6 is, who would I be if my achievements disappeared tomorrow? Care to jump in, Will?
Yeah. Okay. Let's just attack me as a person, shall we?
Yeah, I thought this one was perfectly tailored towards you.
It is. It is well tailored.
Nice.
So I would say me without my achievements is, I think, what that also means is achievements no longer matter. So you can't achieve, or
Yeah,
can you?
achievements disappear tomorrow. So I think it's more what it means to you. So all your achievements thus far have disappeared.
Yeah. So I think I'd actually be more generous, both
More generous.
financially and with my time. Because at the moment, I'm very, very focused on like, okay, I've knocked off this milestone. Now I've got to knock off this milestone. Then I've got to knock off this one. Keep going. Like, there's just because I've reached something, like this is where you double down and you become even better and you become even more unattainable to other people. You know, it's just you keep going. Then I'll achieve 1 million subs and it's like, let's double down. Let's get to 10 million now. You know, it's like just keep going and like make that snowball get as big as possible.
So you're saying it's the exponential growth that's fueling you more so at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like you get enough positive signals to where you've just got to keep going,
Yeah.
even if you're depressed about the fact that you can't monetize your long form.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
Yeah. No, but I think I'd be more generous with my time. I think I'd be a better boyfriend. I think I'd be a better member of my family because I'd choose to spend more time with them rather than just working. Yeah, it's interesting. I think also you grab onto stability in life. And it's taken me a while to find stability in my work because it's so erratic with how the money is and how like the views are and everything. And like how regular gigs come. It's like, well, now I've got to a point where people are calling me up asking me to play gigs and YouTube is actually paying me a livable wage.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's some sense of stability there. But when you lack stability, you always try and find pockets of your life where you have more. For example, if you have a breakup, you go to your solid group of friends that you've known for a long time because it's stable. If you, I don't know, have a divorce, you go to a solid group of friends or a loved one so that you can have that sense of stability still. Or you go to like a sports club or something where it's like there's a status quo.
Do you think you find identity in your achievements? So I'm asking you specifically here. I'm tailoring this question to you. Do you think you find identity within your achievements?
I do.
So if those were to disappear tomorrow, do you think your identity would then fall into question?
I think I'd lose confidence.
In who you are as a person or in life in general?
Yeah, both.
Because that's what's giving you the leg up. That's what's giving you the confidence to push forwards.
Before I hit 100,000 subscribers, I was the little kid with a dream. Since I hit that, I've proved not only was I a little kid with a dream, I was the little kid with a dream with a plan that actually worked.
Yeah.
That gave me a sense of confidence in like, I can make decisions, stick with them, and see it through until it works. If YouTube disappears tomorrow and TikTok disappears, because I've had my second viral video on TikTok now.
Absolutely.
2 videos over 500,000. Crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Like, if all of that disappeared, I think I'd have a bit of a crisis on where I fit in the world. I think I'd still continue making videos and try and find an output for it. It might just be an email list or it might just be something else. But in terms of achievements is such a broad term. I'm guessing we're meaning like, what's the word? Gratification from a large organisation, or?
I think achievements means whatever you want it to mean, really. Because achievements, yeah, can be very much linear or general. But for you, your greatest achievements are what you've built within YouTube.
Yeah, I think maybe defining achievements as a previous goal that has been like attained. So if my previous goal was to get 100 sign-ups to my email list, well then that achievement would be removed because that was a goal and I achieved it.
So you're looking at it almost as very tangible there. So achievements is almost tangible.
Well, I haven't achieved anything that's not tangible.
No, I agree. But it's almost very linear. It's very business-like rather than, I would say my achievements is like where I've traveled, the people I've connected with, the work I've done on myself. So mine are a lot more sort of internal.
Yeah.
So yours are very much like external in that regard. But I think what's really interesting is if you strip it away, it's just going to reveal who you are as a person, or ultimately what you want to achieve, because it's going to strip away all that external validation or internal validation, and what is going to remain is the truth, which is you. So this one scares you, doesn't it? If your achievements were stripped away, you almost would feel untethered in who you are,
very much,
and your
so.
place in the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start. I mean, I said I'd be more generous and more, free with my time and whatever. But actually, I think the reality is, if YouTube and TikTok were to go down tomorrow, I'd be like working more hours than ever just to try and get some sort of success in other aspects of my life.
That's absolutely my rebuttal for you, is I think you've built your achievements off hard work, and if your achievements that you've built now were to disappear, you would only take it as positive motivation, is probably the best way to look at it.
Yeah.
To achieve more than you already have now.
Yeah. No, yeah. I would. Yeah. It's so difficult. It's like, this is the problem. Like, I just wouldn't know where I stand. It's like, because not only is it taking away the achievements, and I just work hard. Like, there's the self-doubt that creeps in at that point. It's like, well, I know I can stick to a plan and I can achieve something. So that's fine. But then there's also the aspect of, well, I thought I was doing everything right before and it's still all disappeared now. So how much can I trust my judgment?
I think where you're going down there is a really good avenue to explore. And I think, honestly, that's where probably the fear is deep rooted, in the sense that it's going to make you then have a complete lack of confidence, because if what you have built, what you have achieved has suddenly crumbled, everything you held sacred is now not meaningless, but unstable. So how are you then meant to navigate with a new set of parameters when you've remained the same?
Yeah, it's really difficult to get your head around until it happens. And even then, I think it'd be like going through like your parents' divorce again. But instead of it being somebody else, it's like with your own self-worth and your own, like, I can't trust the things that I'm thinking. It's like it's some sort of psychosis that would kick in.
I suppose what it's suggesting here with the phrasing of who would I be if my achievements disappeared tomorrow is your character and values would still remain the same. So your kindness, integrity, resilience, personal values will still remain intact. So you'd still have your internal dialogue of how to navigate the world. It's just maybe your external validation has disappeared. So it then begs the question, how much of your external validation is rooted in outward achievements, or is your validation internal?
And mine is all external.
Yours is all external.
Yeah, I just need approval from everyone. And until I've got that, I haven't won.
Have you tried exploring of where that comes from? And I'm not expecting us to solve this now. Maybe in episode 1 million we will, but...
No, I think there's no like glaring issues in my childhood where I'm like, oh, I didn't get enough attention. I think maybe it's I got attention as a child, and I noticed that you get less attention as you go into adulthood. So it might be that I'm just trying to hold on to as much of that childlike attention as possible. I love attention. Absolutely love it. I can't get enough. So the fact that there's like where the whole world has moved is like to who can win the most attention is just dangerous with me.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, do it.
In some ways, I know you love attention, but in other ways, I know you don't, because I've been in social environments with you where I know you almost feel a little bit overwhelmed by the social setting.
Yeah, I'm getting really deep straight away. I don't like being in public anymore. I've never been recognised in public. This is something that frustrates me to this day.
Again, paradox there.
Yeah. But I don't want to be recognised in public. But at the same time, I think it's the fear of what happens if you get recognised.
So what's your worst case scenarios if you got recognised?
Well, I just get stabbed, or I turn into a Charlie Kirk and I just get sniped.
But you're not saying anything that's...
People can just hate other people for being successful.
Absolutely they can, but Charlie Kirk, for instance...
I know he was provoking, and, well, he was provoking, but he wasn't saying anything that wasn't... Like, there's people who are far more right-wing than him. Even though he was a far-right advocate, the there's still people that are further right than he is that are fine, and it's just because they didn't have the public profile and they didn't say the right thing on the right video that impacted the right person to then shoot him. It's like, I don't know what I've said, or I've posted something. I posted a prediction of what Bitcoin would do back when I was 16, and has somebody scrolled back and found that and then decided to hate me because of that? You just don't know. So I think maybe I'll feel more confident going out from when I get recognised. I'll come up with a video idea. Top 5 cities that watch me in a month. Go to each one of them until I get recognised, and then go to the next one and next one. I think it'd be a sick video.
Yeah.
I think people would click on it as well because it's like, oh, did he come to my city?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, actually.
But it's, I think it would be an expensive video because you guys are all over the place. Yeah. Australia, India, New York, and London is where I'd have to go. All cities, and I'm not a city person. Well, I'm a little country boy.
You are. So your experiences and memories, the moments you've lived, the challenges you have overcome, and the lessons you've learned are all part of your personal history. While achievements might disappear, the experiences that shaped you would still exist within your memory. So do you think everything that you would have built, all the YouTube success that you would be aware that you have had and lost, do you think that would shape you as a human? Do you think you would be different coming out of it?
It's a really difficult one to answer. I think the main takeaways I've got from building a YouTube business is acknowledging the fact it's not sellable. You can't sell with your YouTube channel because they still need you to be the personality. So I would probably look into moving into directions to build companies that I can sell, or maybe buy businesses, renovate them, and then sell them. Probably do that. It's very, very... I think my whole view of the world would be, I would not trust 100% everything that I said, because that's the biggest fear for anyone that's becoming self-employed, is nobody's telling you, because nobody can, that you're making the right decisions. So it's throwing you straight back to square one, where it's like, okay, I've proved to the world once that I could do something, I put my mind to it, and then it was all taken away. That's embarrassing on a large scale.
You could say that, but you could also say that you have built success and you've lost it. So it's better to be proud of what you've achieved rather than be worrying about what you've lost, because ultimately it's better to have tried and failed than to not have tried at all.
Absolutely.
So for you here, what would you be if your achievements disappeared? It would be a life-changing event, no doubt, as it would be for everyone. But from what I know of you, you'd be very resilient in how you'd bounce back from that.
I hope so. I mean, that's obviously the dream answer that I'd love to be able to give with loads of confidence. I'd love to be able to say, oh yeah, no, if everything got taken away, I'd just bounce back. It's like, you don't bounce, you sort of claw your way back through the dirt. Like, because it's not only... Because I know I can't be employed. I've said too much stuff now. Like, I can't then go back on that. It's like, so maybe a lot of it is putting my pride aside and be like, well, actually, in the meantime, the bills need to get paid. I need to go and get a job at Sainsbury's. I need to go and get a job somewhere where I could at least cover my bills for the next while.
But then that would be speaking to one of your values, wouldn't it? Would be hard work.
Yeah.
Because
and it's doing the unsexy work, I suppose.
Yeah. It is just doing the work. I've been thinking about this one while you've been speaking. What would I be if my achievements disappeared tomorrow? And I've struggled with it, to be honest with you. Because there's a few different reasons. One, I do struggle to celebrate myself and acknowledge achievements I've made. Not because I'm self-deprecating in that regard, but just almost I struggle to see the achievements I've made. So I don't place a lot of weight on achievements. You know, like, I think when I tell people I've longboarded from Paris to Madrid for charity, people go, wow, like, that's incredible. That must be something you talk about all the time. I'm like, I forget about it sometimes. Yeah. So for me, I don't place a lot of weight in achievements. I think I place a lot of weight in values and how I navigate life. So for me, what would I be if my achievements disappeared tomorrow? I think I'd have some issues with it because, you know, it would be completely life-changing, but I don't think I look for validation through achievement. I think I always try and work on myself through internal measurements. If that's an answer that makes sense.
Well, it's a lot more admirable. It's probably a lot more of a stable approach to life.
Who's to say what's stable and what's not? I would say that it leads to different outcomes. And ultimately we are a culmination of the choices we make, and the outcomes reflect that. You know, you've built a successful business because of the person you are and the choices you've made. I'm still navigating a lot of who I am as a person, but also I don't place a lot of weight in external validation. So for me, not being a CEO or having a huge, thriving, successful business are never things I'm like, oh, I really, really want to achieve them. For me, I've always wanted to experience.
Yeah. Which I think will, in turn, make you happier as a person.
But what is happier? Everyone's measurement of happy is a sliding scale, and what makes me happy is not going to make you happy, and vice versa. No two people are the same. So how have we created a measurement, and who am I to tell you that you're not happy?
This is true. I was having a conversation with Sophie about this, my girlfriend, the other day. Yesterday, I think. I said, she was talking about, like, okay, how to, like, we're talking about marriage material. And I was saying how I am worried that, like, maybe Soph's kidding herself with, like, wanted to be with me forever, because I have a just unreachable level of goals that don't even make me happy. It's like I genuinely believe I would be happier if I just went traveling all the time and, like, went and lived an experience-based life. But I would feel very uncomfortable constantly. I'd be like, oh, like, you only get one life and I've chosen to do this. So then I'd have to come to terms with those decisions. But me and my two brothers, we're all just so, how much can we achieve? Like, how much can we move the needle? I don't know why, but there's something that's happened to bring all of us into this generation that have just made us stupidly motivated, to the point where it's very antisocial. It's very much like the goal isn't a certain number. It's just more is always the answer. It's like, just build more. Like, okay, you've made your first 100 million. Why isn't it a billion? It's like, it's literally, but that's how far away each goal seems, and each goal is. It's like, because once you've got a billion, then it's like, okay, but why aren't you the first trillionaire? And it's literally that stupid in our heads. All of us are the same. We all think the same. And the goal is just more action all the time. The goal is never, well, take a month out, have a think about it, you know, go and enjoy yourself. Like, there's no time. When you're trying to achieve big things, there's no time. Like, we can't relax. We can't do nothing. We can't just sit. It's so uncomfortable. And I think it's fear. It's just constantly running. It's like, I'm so scared of being not 100% of what I could be that I can't push forward. So I speak for my two brothers then as well. I'm convinced that they think exactly the same way. And whatever somebody else achieves, it's obviously a win and you're happy for them, but it's also a massive gunshot to the head in terms of, I'm not where I need. It's a wake up call every time. It's like, I'm not where I need to be. Like, the me not getting recognised in public is like, the fact that I haven't been shot at yet means I haven't done enough. How stupid is that?
It's the metric you've decided or adopted to navigate life, really. And who am I to say it's right or wrong? You know, I almost picture life as like a sliding scale. If you've got a whole circle and you're in the middle, you can have experiences here, you can have creation here, and you can have loved ones here, and you know, sometimes you need more of one thing and less of the other, but I think you've just chosen to slide up on one. And again, who am I to tell you that that is the right or wrong way to live? All I'm looking at is, well, if I move my experiences needle, it might make me as a person more well-rounded, but I am aware it sacrifices growth within a professional environment, which is, again, as I've always said, why I'm excited about this, because I'm about to go off traveling in a month, 2-3 months or so, but we're going to be working on this the whole time I'm away. Yeah. And I can't wait, because I have no doubt you would get bored senseless with traveling, because I've said this before, paradise gets boring. You need something, you need a goal, you need something to work towards, which is why I can take this with me and just have the time of my life.
Yeah, it's equity. You've got to have equity in your dreams.
Do you want to jump onto the next one, my friend?
Let's do it. You've said everything that
I have, yeah.
Good.
I like that one.
I like that one as well.
More for you, more tailored.
It hurts. What would you be without your achievements? It's like, yeah, go on.
I'd encourage you to think about that as we navigate through the rest of our life together.
It's a constant fear. It's like, if all of this was taken away, who am I as a person? I don't think I like that person, which is horrible because it means I'm just fully reliant on everything I achieve, which probably makes sense as to why I push so hard. Because the more I achieve, the more my self-worth goes up. But it's like, I'll never get it above an inch off the ground. It's like, I just can't. Like, I'm maybe an eighth of an inch above the ground right now.
I'd be curious to see, as we delve deeper together, as maybe you do your own internal research, where that comes from. And I don't know if you'll ever find the answer. And I also don't know if you ever need to find the answer. You know, sometimes we don't need to dig at reasons constantly. But that'd be really interesting to explore because it's so easy for us to pick oneself apart. You know, I could tell you all the reasons why I should be better or need to continue doing X, Y, Z. And I'm sure you could tell me the exact same for you. But on the outside perspective, I'm like, dude, you're doing well. You know, one step at a time. We're all navigating with the information that we've got in front of us. And I think you're doing fucking well.
It means a lot. But it also doesn't hit home, which is the annoying. It's annoying. It's psychological. I want it to hit home.
I get you.
I want it to be like, yeah, I am doing well. Like, it's great. But then I look at the views at the end of the month and they're not up this month. Therefore, I'm losing. It's like if I owned any other business and it dropped by, what is it? I think I'm down 55% this month on views. Like, nobody would say, oh, yeah, good job, Will.
We get the CEO out now. We need someone else in.
If I was a football manager, I lost 55% more games than I lost last year. Nobody's saying, oh, you're doing so well, though. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm losing.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of pressure you're putting on yourself, my friend.
Yeah, maybe it's the condition of being self-employed as well. It's like, unless you hold yourself accountable.
Absolutely. Who else is going to hold you accountable? And ultimately, if you're not holding yourself accountable, you shouldn't be self-employed anyway.
Maybe I should just be employed.
No, you shouldn't.
I would be so.
Could you imagine after all of this, we've just somehow circled around to you being employed?
Well, as I've always said, being employed is better than self-employed.
Every 100 episodes, you flip-flop.
Yeah.
So what I've decided now is just, be one with Mother Earth. I did a silent retreat in Bali for 2 days, and it was beautiful. You would hate it. You should do a silent retreat. You should come with me to Thailand and do a silent retreat.
I think I'd enjoy it. Because there's nothing to do but think.
Yeah.
Like when you just go on a little holiday.
All day.
Yeah, when there's like a few things to do when you go on holiday, it's like, okay, well, you're still doing things that keep you sort of active. When it's a silent retreat and you're just like sat on a blanket in a desert, it's like...
Okay, I'll send you some links to some silent retreats and we'll do them.
I'd be worried about who would come out the other end of that. Like, just come back and be like...
So if I'm not coming home, you'll have dreads in your beard.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love dreads. Pink dreads.
No.
I love it.
I would not travel with you if you had pink dreads.
I really want to shave, like, the sides of my head and the back, have, like, relatively long on top, a bit like I had when I was, like, 18, 19, but dye, like, the top of my hair pink. Like, my head pink. Be great.
Okay.
I love it. Soph would leave me, but it's,
As she should.
Nah. It'd be horrible. Her. I'd love it.
I'd have to look at it all day.
Sorry, I've procrastinated. Let's move on to number 2.
Number 2. When was the last time I truly felt alive, and what did that moment cost me?
When was the last time I truly felt alive, and what did that cost me?
Yes. So the last time you truly felt alive. My initial thoughts for me are just my last holiday when I was in Valencia. Which is such a small little trip in regards to all the other trips I've done in my life, but the people were great. The food was incredible. The weather was amazing. The activities we did, there was no pressure on the holiday. And because of that, I just felt free. So maybe I'm linking alive with freedom, but it's not complete freedom with lack of responsibility. It's freedom within confines.
Do you reckon it felt more like you were being authentically you? you're abroad, you're in good weather, you're eating good food, you're hanging out with friends. It's like, yeah, that all sounds great, and it sounds very Connor.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, so maybe the question is, when did you feel the most authentically yourself? Because maybe the two are connected. So I'd be curious to hear yours when we get there. But yeah, truly felt alive. Definitely when I was in Valencia, I just had such a great time. But I will also then caveat that with my second answer, which I think is a bit more on the lines of what it means, is when I went whitewater rafting in Zimbabwe.
Nice.
Because that was incredible. So it was in dry season, but the river is one of the most, I've done some research after, it's one of the most, not dangerous, but like highest grade rapids you could do. And I've never done whitewater rafting. So I was like, let's go.
It's a great idea.
And there was like 4 of us guys that we all met on the trip, and we had the best time. And I love the water. I love being in the water. So I had a little bit of fear, but not loads. So if I fall in, I fall in. Like, I'll be fine. But just the shared adrenaline, the shared experience, the shared like just sensory overload of being in this gorge and like whitewater rafting and people flying out everywhere. I couldn't stop laughing for like 3 hours solid. And on the last one when the boat tipped over, someone rolled into me because I was at the back and I was giggling as I was in the water. Last time I felt alive, Valencia or the whitewater rafting in Zimbabwe, without a doubt.
That sounds great.
Yeah. What about you, Will? When's the last time you felt alive? So aliveness often demands risk, shedding of ego, certainty or approval. Sometimes it can mean really getting back to one's sense of self, authenticity, as we said. Sometimes you can name the moment, but not quite remember exactly what happened. So there's a lot that can roll into it, and I don't think it's necessarily black or white as what would make someone feel alive. But when was the last time you truly felt alive? And I'm curious, what did it cost you?
Yeah, that's the interesting twist. There's 2 things that jumped immediately into my head. And they both, since you were talking and we mentioned like bringing in line with like your authentic self, is like they both feel authentically like me being me, which is climbing Mount Snowdon.
Amazing.
Was one of them. Doing something. Actually, like something that is not easy, but you know, it's right. It's meeting me where I'm at in terms of ability, and it's slightly pushing me, stretching me. What that's when I feel most alive. The other one is I went on a school trip when I was a kid, and it was like one of those leap of faith poles.
Yep.
I went to the top of that. I was on top of that, and I was like, okay, you have 2 choices here. You can either like do a little lean down and drop, or you can be like the big boss and you can jump. And I went for that jump. It's those moments when I feel really alive. Interesting. I didn't mention any trampolining. Obviously, I used to do loads of flips and trampolining and like do difficult stuff that was always stretching my ability. It's like I didn't feel that alive then. Tennis coaching, I don't feel alive. Like even when I'm playing on stage, I don't feel alive. It's those moments. And then I'm thinking like, do I need to just build a channel around difficult things? Like,
what I'm hearing from both of us is the challenge.
Yeah, it's right on the edge of like what you can do. It's fun. It's good company.
Yeah, so maybe the what does it cost you question is the what are you willing to risk to get it? Because like you said, the leap of faith, you've got fear there. There's an element of, this is kind of high. I could just could have a little step off, but you decided to fully send. You know, so there's that element of challenge. The Snowdon, again, element of challenge there. So maybe when we're feeling alive, we need to feel challenged as well, because no one's ever truly felt alive when they're just sitting and chilling on a beach.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how you have it. No one sits there reading the book going, oh yeah, I'm so alive. You know, that, or maybe they do. That's not me.
It's not me.
So maybe there's an element of challenge that needs to come with life and expression and freedom, whatever that might be, whatever the challenge might be to someone else. Maybe it's expression.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if maybe there's people that are like painters or dancers or singers that feel really alive when they're expressing.
Yeah, and what's interesting as well is I don't think either of us cared about the result.
No.
Like, you weren't doing that because you wanted to then tell other people that you'd been whitewater rafting. You did it for the very fact you were in the experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it was the enjoyment from Snowdon isn't from telling everyone that I climbed Snowdon later. It was the actual climbing Snowdon. It was the at the top of the pole. Do I jump or do I not? This is mental. And then it's maybe a bit of relief comes from it as well. It's like after you had the jump or after you've got to, you've done it, you've completed, you're chasing a goal and you achieve it.
So it's the release of chemicals, the adrenaline, the endorphins that come with it.
What's really crazy is that the whole Western world has been designed around basically avoiding all of those moments. It's like we don't want to put our kids through adversity anymore. We don't want to, like, we try and make our lives comfortable. Like, work from home. Don't have any adversity. Like, low barrier to entry, everything.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting because that's what gets sales. So that's what people want. People wouldn't buy it if it didn't improve their quality of life. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you would feel more alive if you did more stuff yourself.
So it's almost you want a deeper life. You want to get deeper within life rather than how can I live more comfortable. It's how can I really experience an authentic, raw life. Yeah. And again, that can mean different things for different people. But you want to live on that edge. You want to veer away ever so slightly from comfort and slightly into that uncomfortable where there might be something that it's going to cost you, like fear, some ego that comes because you might be stepping into a world you just know nothing about.
Or your life.
Yeah.
It's like whitewater, you could have died.
Yeah, it could have done. I almost got pinned between the boat and the cliff. It was great.
Zimbabwe.
I was laughing the whole time. It was great. I thought it was hilarious. Honestly, you know me. I'm just such an idiot when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a good one. Last time I truly felt alive. I think it's a little bit lighter than some of the other questions that it's asked us here. But the next one is going to jump straight back to you, Will.
Oh, no.
Number 3. What am I still trying to prove and to whom?
Oh.
What am I still trying to prove and to whom? So every unhealed wound seeks an audience. Recognition can become a substitute for resolution.
Yeah. Straight away, do you want my answer?
Jump in.
It was almost like it was locked and loaded. I haven't seen these questions ahead of time, but I would say the question one more time just so I can say it in the context of the question.
What am I still trying to prove and to whom?
So I'm trying to prove that I am deserving and worthy of all the attention that is available in the world. And to who? To everybody in the world that I am worth it.
Does that not sound like a task that is simply too huge to fight?
And this is the problem. Well, you found it.
So you have simply too much of a lofty goal.
But I'm not doing it for the goal. It's the same as that, what makes you feel alive.
You're trying to prove to people.
I'm on that journey. It's like, currently in my life, I'm climbing Snowdon, the equivalent of. It's like, whether I get there or not, it's like, I'm not doing it for that, really. I'm doing it for the very chase. Like, it's almost got to be an unachievable goal just to keep me going. Because, what happens when you achieve it? You can't just stop. Like, if I'd set my goal back before I thought 100,000 views was ever possible, it's like, I will have enough attention when I've had 100,000 views. And I will have proved to those 100,000 people, because they've chosen to watch me, that I am worthy of their attention, and I've got it from 100,000 people. 100,000 people is a lot of people. Okay, yes. That is Wembley Stadium. So it's actually slightly more, I think, than Wembley Stadium, isn't it? Wembley's 90k, I think. Maybe it is 100, but it's a lot of people. How is that not enough approval for me? Seriously, it's like, but it's fleeting. It's like we live in a world where you know that there's more out there.
Do you think maybe what you're chasing is deeper approval, more authentic approval, rather than, if you cast a big net, you might get some little herrings here and there. I don't know if they're even fish. They might be birds.
No, you're right.
If you cast a big net, you're going to get little insignificant approvals. But if you really connect authentically with those that really mean to you, that approval surely is going to mean more. And then ultimately that internal approval is going to mean the most. That internal validation is going to be, second to none.
Yeah, it's a bit wild because it's like I think this is where like the recognition comes into it. Like, I want to be recognized in public. Maybe that would be a deeper meaning. And then it's like, okay, well, now I've been recognized once when I went to London. That would be great. But once that's happened, it's like, okay, well, now I need to be recognized where I live. And then after that, it's like, I want to be recognized every time I go out.
Do you think it's validation or acceptance you're seeking?
I think it's acceptance from everybody, which is an impossible goal right off the bat. But yeah, I don't think it's strange. We live in a time where it's like, it's so popular to say, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just good, like, and I say it a lot myself, like, it's easy for me to just do all this stuff because I don't care what other people think. The whole time, the reason for me doing it is because I want people to care about me. I want people to care that, like, yeah, what he does is great, and I support, and it's good. Like, oh, I can't wait to meet him. Like, and then I suppose selling tickets to a show would be like a thing of approval. It's like, you've won at that point. You've been able to set, people have put aside, I suppose, the money is the loss on their behalf to show how much that, what's Dave Ramsey's thing, profit is the applause your customers give you for doing a good job. It's like, so if you make money, you must be providing something of benefit to others.
But again, will that ever give you the validation you're searching for?
I don't think by measuring it in terms of profit, mate. As I say, I don't think it will ever get to a point. I think maybe when I've got kids, maybe it'll be like, oh, well, I only want them to think of me as a good father. That could be very possible. I could see that as happening. And maybe that at that point, I won't want to be recognised everywhere I go because it'll be inconvenient. It's like, I don't want to be at a kid's play park and suddenly everyone's coming up trying to take photos with me and we've got to leave and I've got to cut their time on the playground short. But at the same time, for now, I just want to be recognised by everything that moves. It's like, I literally do music in venues where people are listening to music and people don't know who I am. Like,
so I'm curious, are you trying to prove this to other people or are you trying to prove it to yourself?
I think mostly to myself. So much of it is like, was I worth saving as a kid? It comes back to that.
Yeah.
It's like, I almost died as a kid and I was saved in the hospital and that's great. So now I've got to prove that I was worth saving over all the kids that didn't make it. And maybe if I wasn't saved, they could have put more time and effort into the other kids and they would have survived. It's like, what would they gone on to achieve? It's like, they may have been disabled already from their condition, but could they have gone on to be like a mascot for another charity and generate loads of positive outcomes for loads of other people that I'm just simply not doing? Mine's very selfish. Mine's like, oh, how much can I improve my life?
You're carrying around this huge sense of guilt and you're trying to prove to yourself that you're enough to relinquish that guilt.
I guess, like, yeah,
possibly,
very possible, but it won't stop me. I'm just gonna keep going.
Nor should it, because ultimately we are all crazy and complex.
Maybe there's a quote in there somewhere or something like, "You're only as successful as bad as your childhood trauma was." It makes sense. Elon Musk had a very difficult childhood.
Yeah.
He's gone on to be mega successful. Steve Jobs, pretty troubled guy, went on to be very successful.
Although I did hear a quote that was very interesting and I thought it's very true. And I don't know if you'll agree with it, but I think it's true and astute. The worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. So what it means that your worst thing in the grand context might be worse than mine, but it's still my worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. It's all based off of perspective, isn't it? And
exactly.
Where you are. Yeah. And like, you can't get out of the way of your worst thing that you might have had growing up is that you had to do 2 chores a week. Whereas the worst thing that's ever happened to a kid in Africa is he went 2 weeks without food. It's like very different things that are the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Or like the Wi-Fi went down. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's like, in perspective of the world, that's not that bad. But it's still the worst thing that's ever happened for you.
100%.
Which is why the other thing of like people who come from privilege and then go on to be a success, it's like, oh, that was easy for them because they were born into privilege and they had so many opportunities and doors opened for them. It's like, yeah, but they still pushed. They still got somewhere. And they could have chosen not to walk through those doors. Just because a door's open doesn't mean you have to walk through it. You know, it's still a decision. There's no downside choices in life. It's like everything is an A or a B. I could go through this door and get a record deal. On the other side of that record deal, I'm giving 98% of everything I ever make away in my life. Like,
every choice is a sacrifice in some way, somewhere else in your life.
Yeah. Every yes is a no.
Every no means yes.
Every nobody, but yes.
What am I still trying to prove, and to whom?
Yes.
Mine internally straight away goes towards me. And there's two big ones. The main one is I'm still trying to prove to myself that the way I'm living is the right way to live. Unfortunately, I think it's something that I might constantly battle with my whole life, with a little asterisk on. I feel like that might subside when I find my person and ultimately build a life with them, and maybe even arguably have kids. I've been on and off as to whether I want kids, but I've had a lot of people tell me they think I'd be a great father, which is an unbelievable compliment. But I'm petrified that I'm living the wrong way. I feel like I'm always trying to prove to myself that I am living the right way, and it's okay to feel how I'm feeling, and you are happy, and you know that's. So for me, I feel like I'm constantly trying to prove something to myself, because I'm terrified of being wrong. Like there's a wrong way to live life, which is ridiculous.
I mean, I think the only wrong way to live life is if you're not eating, drinking, you know, doing the things that keep you alive. It's the Coke, man. I'm burping like hell. You can't do anything wrong other than, as long as you're meeting your basic needs. Everything else is a choice. That's the privilege that we've all. So everyone actually that goes to a supermarket is like, you have been born into privilege. It's like we're not hunter tribesmen anymore. We don't have to like. It's not a worry on if we're going to eat today. Maybe it's a problem of when. But even then, it's like you just go to a shop. The barrier to entry is so low. It's like you can go to restaurants after they close, bang on the door and say, do you have anything left? Like money's not a problem really for getting food. You can do that. It's maybe not the most socially acceptable way to live, but you can do that.
I think we're bombarded with ways that tell us which way is the right way to live and which way is the wrong way to live. It's all that external stimulus. You know, we weren't built as humans or as animals to have this constant influx of information globally of how different people around the world are living their life and how you are falling short of that idealistic mindset that person has created. You know, we can know exactly how someone is living on a coral atoll in the middle of the Atlantic. What does that benefit me here in the UK? You know, that's all that's going to do is just show me something that's completely different to my reality. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should be living more authentically off the land. Just going to throw me completely off. So still trying to prove is I'm constantly trying to discover the person that I'm trying to be or trying to perform to be. You know, it's almost like that mirror. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Or just looking at yourself and...
Keep rubbing my hands together.
Makes a great sound.
It does. Lovely.
ASMR.
Yeah, so
do you... I want to dig into that slightly. Do you keep searching for the right way to live? Does that mean that inherently you think you're living your life wrong? That's your go-to?
I think I'm always petrified I am living my life wrong.
But you don't think you actually are living your life wrong necessarily?
Not necessarily, no. But the problem is, I think the way that I choose to live is a little bit outside the norm. And the parameters of success that society has decided are barometers for success. You know, like buying a house, having a family, all these kind of things. You know, there's people that by that barrier have a very successful life and are living correctly.
That's through others' perception, obviously.
Exactly. But I always worry that I'm trying to live through others' perception and I've forgotten how to live through mine. So that's why I'm always trying to prove whether I'm living the right way or not.
And so for you to live the right way, how would you prove to other people that your way is right?
I think that's the wrong question, because you wouldn't want to try and you wouldn't want to perform to the right people. Sorry, let me start that again. I think the question's flawed in the sense that you don't want to outwardly show people or express to people that you're always right, because you'd be so self-assured that you wouldn't need to anyway.
So it's self-assurance that you're after at the core of it.
Yeah.
And that is through more of those moments that make you feel alive.
Yes, and I think it's also looking into still trying to prove to myself that I'm worthy of love in many ways, and without that getting really deep and, digging everything up as we've done in the past. But there's elements in my life, like we've said before, where I just didn't think I was worthy of love, or deemed that I would be someone that was able to receive it. So there's times where my self-talk is negative. There's times where I look on life as a really negative outlook, and I'm constantly working on that and constantly trying to receive love in any way possible. But I think that's just where it comes from, is sometimes I just don't have the self-belief, and it's definitely got better in the last few years, but I think it will be one of these constant back and forths and battles I'll have to be fighting with.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because you're looking for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like there's no right or wrong way necessarily. As we say, as long as you're meeting your basic needs, it's like there's no right or wrong way. There's just what you'd enjoy to do today. It's like, would you rather commit? Maybe the question is, are you searching for something in absence of the goal? Like, because what is the goal with living a traveled lifestyle? Is like, is your goal to go to every country? Well, no, because then you go to every country, you come back to the UK maybe, and you'd be like, okay, but I'm still not sure I'm living my life right because I don't feel finished.
I think it's being able to have experiences. Like I said before, when I went to Valencia, that was full of real, authentic, shared experiences. So for me, when I go traveling, that is just an abundance of that. You meet people, you create such real, authentic experiences on the ground that are so genuine. And for me, that's what life is about, is honest experiences. It's not... I feel like I've been living Groundhog Day for the last 2 years, because I wake up, I go for a walk, I work, I go to the gym, and I sleep. Occasionally I'll go to the office. I just feel like I'm living the same day, and the experiences I have are so few and far between that I want to create a life where the experiences are plentiful and abundant. And I think that's the life I want to live. Because it's not about going to every country. It's not about bragging that I've done the mine train or whatever it is that goes through, the West African country, or done these unbelievable experiences, or done ayahuasca in the jungle or something like this. Not about that. It's about just experiences.
So actually location is irrelevant almost.
Yeah, location is irrelevant, which is why I love what we could build here, because we'd be able to do this, but then we could have a day where just like, let's just go to the wave, because we create our own time and we go surf for one day and we come back, and then you know what, maybe let's just go climb Snowdon one day, why not?
Did Iri send you the message about doing the 3-peak challenge?
No.
Oh, you got to message him. He's planning to do the 3-peak challenge.
When?
I'll edit this out.
When?
He hasn't decided yet, but he's putting together a training program for it, and he's going to book all the things you need to be able to do it in 24 hours. Damn. And he's asked if me and Soph want to come along.
God, he hasn't invited me, dickhead.
Yeah. He said it's only guys going at the moment as well. So I assumed that you would have been messaged. How do you slip through the cracks?
I think it's because I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, send him a message. Say, I want to do the 3-week challenge. And then we'll do it. It'll be sick.
That would be sick. Right.
Sorry, back on.
No, you're good. Jumping on to number 4. Where in my life am I mistaking comfort for happiness? Comfort soothes, happiness expands. Where in your life are you mistaking comfort for happiness? And I don't think this is an immediate thought that's going to come to a lot of people. I think it's one that's going to have to be really sat within the body and asked, because in reality, we live in a world where comfort is created for us. Like we said, we live in a world that is very much based on convenience and comfort. It's very easy to mistake comfort and repetition for happiness. It's very easy to fall into the monotony of day to day and assume that's what happiness is, when in reality that's just comfort. It's numbing.
Yeah.
Do you know anywhere in your life where you are mistaking comfort for happiness?
I mean, maybe even YouTube at this point.
Wow. Do you really think so?
I'm so comfortable doing YouTube. Like, I'm just telling myself it's making me happy. I don't think it is. I think it's maybe the promise of reaching more people and chasing this unattainable goal that is like the glimpse of happiness that I get. But I think the happiest I am is when I'm doing challenging things, and I don't find YouTube Shorts challenging.
So maybe you need to move the goalposts within YouTube, make it challenging again.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to nail long form, which is sort of what this podcast is. I'm trying to okay, well, I've proved I can do it on one channel. Can I do it again?
Yeah.
But I think I'm just very every day is the same. I think that is comfort. I think when there's nothing that's particularly stretching you, nothing that I do is difficult. It's just I've done a lot of it now. So editing's not difficult. There's lots of new editing things I want to learn, but I need to have the content to stretch me to do that, and I'm not making that content. So it's the last 3 months have been very much comfortable, maybe not always financially or anything, but I don't really care about that. That's the thing. What's so mental? I've always been the money guy. I've always been the more money you make, the better you're doing. It's that simple. And it's great because it gives you goalposts, it gives you something to aim for. It's the goal is just more. So once you've had your first 1k month, you then aim for your first 2k month. After you've got 2k, you aim for 5k. After you've got 5k, you aim for 10k. After that, it's 20k, 30k, 50k, 100k. Easy. They're the goals. You know where they are.
Yeah.
And then once you get to a certain point, it's okay, if I make 100k next month, does it really change my life? No. Yeah, I could buy a lot of things, but my whole habits as an individual doesn't change anything. It's I still don't, maybe I would buy a car, but would it mean any more to me than the car I've got? No, therefore it's a waste of time and a waste of money. So I don't need the extra money.
Yeah, but that shows that you're not getting external validation from the money. You're showing that you prize yourself on the work. You pride yourself on the ability to do the hard thing. So I would say maybe with YouTube, you're probably not comfortable because you are constantly looking to make it better.
Out of boredom.
But is it though?
Well,
because honest to God, what else would you do if you weren't doing it? Sure, you'd live experiences, but you wouldn't go back to being in employment because I think maybe you've forgotten what monotony looks like in employment.
Yeah,
it's waking horrific. Up every day, logging in, doing the same thing, speaking to the same people, having the same conversations, logging out. Depending on who you are, you go to the gym, you go to the walk, you go to a class, you do Zumba, painting. Maybe you just sit on your phone for 4 hours and go to bed, read a book, whatever it might be. And then you do that again and again, until it gets to the weekend, then you do the kind of same thing. And that's where I think people mistake comfort. I also wonder...
Quite comfortable with what it's similar. I'm doing everything is under my own sort of rules, and I get to decide sort of what I do in a day, but realistically I still need to make video. But do you think it's stopping
you from evolving as a person? Because that's where the difference lies. Is comfort is going to stop you from evolving as a person. So the way I also interpret this one is relationship wise. I think a lot of people get comfortable in a relationship and think it's happiness. You know what, I've been with this person for however many years, I might as well just stay with them because it's comfortable and it's easy. They think they're happy, but they're not.
Yeah, I quite enjoy being comfortable in the relationship.
Yeah, they are very different when it comes, but you're happy in your relationship.
Yeah, but I'm happy and comfortable at the same time. It's I don't want it to be exciting all the time.
Yeah, the two will coexist, absolutely. But one is going to protect you from pain, whereas the other is going to demand that you evolve. You and Soph are still evolving in that relationship.
Yeah.
You and YouTube are still evolving in that relationship. Whereas myself and Intrepid was comfortable. It was just protecting me from pain because I can't be bothered to do the hard work that would come from actually trying to make myself happy. Whereas now, I'm taking the leap and I'm you know what? I don't know what's on the other side, but I'm going to see what happens.
And just making that decision makes you happy. That's the other thing, because on the from an outsider's perspective, it's like you get to work from home, you get to do what you like before and after work, you get to live in, you know, a town that you know where everything is, like you're comfortable, you're not financially struggling. It's like, well, that's the dream. That's what everyone aims for. It's like, yes, you got to go into the office a couple of days, but really that's a low trade-off for all the other benefits. That you get flown out to Sri Lanka for a month. It's like, yeah, that's how it's really difficult for other people to necessarily understand why that wouldn't make you happy, except for when you put it in the context of, yeah, but here I am and I'm not happy. So we must have set the goal at some point at the wrong thing. Like, people just always want what they can't have and what they don't have.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, people are putting their own measurements onto someone else's life, you know, because you're right. On the outside perspective, I have a good life. And this was a lot of what I've gone back and forth with this last week is I earn a good wage. I save a lot of money. I invest a lot of money. I get to live quite a freeing life because I work from home the majority of the time. I'm well respected in my company. The list can go on. But I'm just not happy. I can't tell you exactly why. Well, I can. But something's not right, so something's got to change. And again, it was very easy to sit in that comfortable nature. But again, what terrified me with that is 5 years down the line, I would look back and be like, what the shit have I done with my life? And I think that's where the difference is what is making you comfortable to the point where you would look back and go, I've wasted that.
Do you reckon you'd look back and say you wasted it?
Yep.
It's interesting. I phrase my life in seasons, and that's helped me with that. It's like, I'm grinding the hell out of YouTube right now. This is a season of my life. I'm not going to look back and go like, oh, you wasted the time doing that. But I think it's because I've got ownership stake.
I agree.
Maybe.
I agree with what you're saying. I definitely believe life works in season, but I think this season of my life is over. And it's acknowledging that.
Yeah, fair.
You know, I know I've been Intrepid for 2 years now. It's probably longer than I've ever been committed to any job in my life.
It's true.
And I've done very well in it. Committed wholeheartedly. But now I think I just knew the season was done.
You've squeezed that orange and now nothing's coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the next step is up. And I don't want it. So I'm like, why would I keep trying to get more of that season if it's done?
It's a lot of self-awareness you've got as well, which I think a lot of people maybe don't have or would really struggle to talk themselves out.
You're talking to the guy that made himself unbelievably busy and only came to these decisions because he had a complete and utter mental breakdown. Yeah, it's wonderful. Great awareness.
No, but it is, because it's acknowledging that season has come to an end, trusting that feeling and going through with it is not something that most people do. Most people do sit in the job until they retire, or they go up and up and up because that's what you're supposed to do. It's like they're offering you more money. Well, we're taught that more money equals better. Yeah. Therefore, I'm more respected. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just have more money. I'll be more respected. And yes, I might have to go into the office a couple more days a week or every day in the week. But really, from the outside, I'm going to look great, and like I'll be able to provide more things for my family, and that's the goal. But really, if like people don't have the self-acceptance and self-awareness to go like, actually, it's okay that I don't feel fully complete in this situation. I'm now going to go and find something more. And it's even more ballsy because it's like, I don't know necessarily what I'm going for, but it's not this. So it's almost checking things off. It's like, I've done this. I've proven to myself that I can do that, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's just going through those things.
I appreciate that. I'm also...
It's sick. Like, you should be very, like, happy, like celebrating yourself for what you've like. Just that mindset should be the envy of everyone watching.
I appreciate that.
It's not stressed enough on how important it is to acknowledge your own happiness, your own well-being, your own place in the world, and then decide, I'm going to go through with actually doing this. Like, that's very commendable.
God, I need to pin that and get back when I'm traveling.
We'll chop that, make that a 5-minute clip.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I was hearing through all of that, what was I hearing? Fuck, I had it and it's gone.
Was it the washing machine beeping that was the problem? It pissed me off.
Everything I've heard in there is great, and what I think is really ironic, and I might be wrong, but ultimately if I'm wrong, no one's going to know about it. But if I'm right, 10 out of 10. you know that quote, life has to be lived forwards but only makes sense in reverse.
Yeah, you love that one.
I do. Because I tried to make plans for this year and everything I tried to do fell through. And now everything I'm trying to do with the traveling is working. In this however many 2 years that I've been in Intrepid, I've done so much work on myself which has been invaluable, and we've started this, which will make it, and I'll be leaving at the perfect time to give this 100%, and we will look back in the 3, 4, 5, 7 years and go,
that was the moment.
That was the moment, and you absolutely smashed it. Don't know how you knew it, but you knew it.
Yeah.
And I honest to God do think that this is life just nudging me onto this path. And we will look back in 10 years and go, wow.
Crazy.
Look at where we're at.
Yeah. It's just so exciting. I think that's probably maybe that's the way to navigate life, is like, if something excites you, or the possibility of something excites you, chase that. Because if going up through the ranks of a job doesn't actively make you want to like vibrate, then it's a waste of your time.
Agreed.
It's like because the alternative is there is something that is going to make you feel like that.
Yeah, we get one life. Why are we not excited about it? Are you ready for the last one, Will?
Yeah, let's do. These are great. These are really good.
This one I think will be nice and snappy. If my life were a message, what would it currently say? And do I agree with it?
Yikes.
If my life were a message, what would it currently say? And do I agree with it? So, what it's suggesting is existence is communication in its truest form. Because I'm showing you through how I exist, how I navigate life, is the message I'm putting out there. It's the subtle cues. So every choice writes a sentence of that communication. So I'm curious what sentence you are writing.
I'd like to think that it's actually similar to what I just said, which is, if it doesn't excite you, don't do it. Just do something that you're insanely passionate about, actively makes you want to get up and go, gives you that feeling that makes you feel alive. It's like, unless something makes you feel like that, it's the wrong thing. That's the message I would like. Like, if I was to die now and there was like my dying words, it would be, and I was speaking to humanity, I'd say, follow the thing that excites you most relentlessly. And that thing might change, but I think that's it.
I love that. I think that's great, man. I would 100%. That is why I love being your friend, and what I've always noticed as we've gone up with however many years of friendship we've had now. I don't know how long.
So many years.
Too many, mate.
So many.
But you are following what you love unapologetically with true passion and drive for it. And look at what you've created. And you are the envy of our friendship group, because...
Is that... that can't be true.
I think when it comes to professional endeavours, absolutely. Think of our friends.
Yeah, but I look up to them. I look up to my friends. It's like,
be.
you guys are all people I want to be. You're all parts of, like, you're all personality traits of a person that I want to be. That's why you're my friends.
Yeah, but when it comes to what you've built and how you live, I think you've done very well.
I don't think anyone would want to trade places, though. Realistically.
We'll find out. We'll ask all of our friendship group. We'll be like,
really...
if you could trade lives with anyone...
That's a great question.
Yeah.
We should do a friendship group podcast.
We should.
And no, but I genuinely believe, and it's the same with, like, if we just did a week, it was like work experience week, where everyone came and sat into my life from 8 a.m. when I wake up to when I quit work that day, and I say I do this 7 days a week. I don't think anyone's wanting to trade places. Same as if we were all to go and sit in with you from the second you wake up, but I would be late.
6 a.m. wake up on a walk.
Yeah. Like, I don't think anyone would want to trade play. I think that's an important thing to acknowledge as well. It's like, you can want what other people have without wanting to do what gets there, and that's fine. But you can't be envious of it, because it takes exactly what that person does to have got there.
Unless you're willing to do the work, there's no point envying what they have.
Yeah. I think that's the healthiest thing we've said.
It is.
You can want things in life, but acknowledge the fact that nothing comes for free, and it's going to cost you time, blood, sweat, tears, stress, Like, I'm so stressed right now. You can't believe it. It's like, long form makes me want to top myself. It's horrific. It's horrible. I was literally thinking in the car the other day, like, if I died now, like, I've got enough subs. It's like, I've got 100k subs. It's like, I've achieved stuff. You know, I've got millions. Like, what more is there? It's like, well, then it's just putting in these little, like, grey area goals. It's like, I've achieved everything. Like, I could die. I wouldn't care. I've as far as I'm concerned, I've exceeded my goals. The only thing I never did was buy a house, but I'll be dead, so I wouldn't care. It's like, it's a horrible place to be. Like, nobody wants to be me. Okay. I promise.
Okay.
It's horrific. Yeah, there's a dark note.
Yeah. If my life were a message...
Yes, I want to know this.
What would it currently say, and do I agree with it? It's a really interesting one, and I'd be curious to know if outside people agree with it, but I suppose that's maybe where the barrier is people
nothing
don't
to do with
need
it if people agree, yeah.
But I think where I land on this is live your life as authentically as possible. Always choose to be kind towards yourself and others, and understand that life is a journey and nothing is ever going to be perfect.
Beautiful.
That's where I land. It's a bit more hippy dippy. It's a bit more journey and self development, a bit more journey, like self actualization. But
that is the message you are living. Like, that is.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
because that's what I would like it to be. Because I'd like to think my actions show that. You know, it's care towards myself. It's love towards myself wherever possible. It's love towards people wherever possible. And it's constantly trying to explore, live, and make life better for myself and other people, whether that's through inner work or outward experience.
I suppose the other way to look at this, actually I want to know this. So I said my message was to excite. For you, I would say, I think it's interesting to get the other outsiders' perspectives, because they'll probably be able to say what you're putting out into the world, and then you can sort of see, like, you know, is that the message I'm putting out? Is it the same one? And I would say yes, self-development and kindness and sharing and giving and sort of charitable nature of both time, energy, emotional support, all of that stuff, all encompassed into, like, just a chill vibe. But that's the message that you give out. So it's good that you have it's self-awareness. It's, you know what I was saying. It's, you've got it. It's appreciate like that is exactly what you're putting out into the world.
Appreciate that.
What would you say about me?
Depends on what day I catch you.
Yeah.
No, it is 100% similar to what you have said, which is an appetite for growth and development and inspiration that I've never seen from anyone else. You know, it is wanting to achieve beyond any reasonable doubt one's own ability. You know, there's not one day that goes by that I don't think you're trying to get the most out of yourself and your day as humanly possible.
Unfortunately, that's true. Crazy.
So we know each other very well.
Yeah. It's also really... I didn't expect that feeling to happen inside, but I was like, is that actually the person I want to be? It was like, Will maximised his life in terms of sweating every second of the day. It's like, is that the person I want to be? Do I want to be like... Because, you know, you assume, like, different characters in life. It's like, well, I seem to have gone pretty all in on this one character that is... This guy just works. And, no, just works. There's nothing else. Is that who I want to be? It's interesting.
Okay.
It's like, where's the room in that for, like... You know, Will is an attentive boyfriend. It's like that doesn't come into the conversation. It's like, no, Will just work. That's the message I'm putting out, really. It's like, and the horrible bit of that is my self-reflection is like, well, I'm not an attentive boyfriend, really. I do things to, like, I went on a date night last night. Like, how nice of me that I gave one of my nights a month to my girlfriend. But that's the reality. It's like, I don't know how she's so tolerant. Seriously.
So maybe that's something to look on and reflect on.
Yeah. But this is why I'm terrified about, like, being the person I would want to be with.
But sometimes less is more. The reason I say that is, like, people that go to the gym 7 times a week are probably not going to have as good results as people that do 4 times a week. Because they're working too hard. Maybe it's a case of less is more. You might find that YouTube grows exponentially when you actually maybe take your foot off the gas a little and just chill out. I might be wrong. I don't know. Different world. But definitely something to consider. We are out of time.
Oh, it was so good. Another good one. It was
good.
Crazy.
I know. Do you want to do the silly word or no?
Why not? It's a trend, isn't it? It's a thing.
Yeah, I think we should do it every episode.
Yeah, why not?
What's your word?
Cantaloupe.
Apple.
Apple. At least it was in the same family.
It was.
The Adam family. Adam's apple.